Angry guy here. And women don't realize they are post wall and their dating days are over as men walk away and become passport bros. Women don't realize that they are post wall and that their dating days are over as men walk away and become passport bros. This is pretty unbelievable to me. I mean, these women, they had so much time to find a partner, to find someone, to actually start a life. And many of them threw that away. Some of them had children and walked away from good relationships. Many of them remained single. And now, even in their 60s, these women are still refusing to settle down. They're still refusing to to accommodate anyone. They have zero humility, and they can't. I mean, it's literally impossible for them to have a relationship with anyone. This woman is clearly in her 60s, and she is refusing refusing to accommodate men whatsoever. And it's amazing she's still able to find someone that has value, that's willing to go on a date with her, that's willing to have a relationship, possibly even marry her. And her expectations are so high and so ridiculous, it's insane. Let's jump into this.
Broken down piece of junk.
Little quick car TikTok while I'm waiting for a friend. So I I had a coffee date yesterday with a fellow that we've been texting for a little while, and he seems terribly funny and smart, retired from a good job. Um, I wouldn't have made the date and driven an hour to meet him if I didn't think there was some potential there. So the first thing was he was late by about 15 minutes. I was 5 minutes late and felt badly. Got there, texted him that, sorry, I was late. Here I am. And he said, yeah, I'm almost there. 15 minutes later, he arrived. So even though I was 5 minutes late, he was 20 minutes late. So that wasn't cool. In my profile, I do mention that I'm not really much of a pet person. And I'm not. I mean, I get it. I get it. Totally get it. I just, animals and me aren't really a thing. So he shows up with his daughter's Labradoodle that he's caring for, which was why I had to come to where he is because he had all of her pets while she's away. And he brings one of them. Well, so I get it. Doggy needs a walk. I get it. But do you think the fucking thing would not stop jumping on me? It's like they know. Here's a non pet person. Let's jump on them. And he eventually sort of got control of her. But, like I'm dressed casually, but as best I can dress for this potential dating situation, only to have the dog jump on me multiple times. Then, so I've already got my coffee from the place that he suggested. And then he goes, oh, we can't sit in with the dog. So I take my, fuck me. So I take my coffee with me and we go walking somewhere else. I did bring the cup back to the place originally, eventually. But like, anyway, it wasn't a great date. And, he was wearing a shirt with a threadbare collar. And I thought, you like a new t shirt would have been better than an old button down shirt with a frayed cuff and collars. And then he tucked.
What? So he brought his daughter's dog with him, because he has the dog. So he brought the dog. I love dogs, and oh, the dog was a problem because the dog was too friendly with her, and she was 5 minutes late, but he was 20 minutes late, so she counts that as 15 minutes late because the man is there to accommodate her. So if she was 5 minutes late, then that would be fine. But the fact that he was later than she was, and she ultimately ended up being the one that still had to wait for him, that's the problem. This is a my gosh, the dog was too friendly with her, and the shirt that he was wearing, it wasn't brand new. It wasn't brand new. Like, you could tell that it was an older shirt, buttoned down. She was dressed casual, but he was dressed too casual because it wouldn't hurt for him to go and wear a new shirt on a date with her, a new shirt for a date with her. Oh God. And this is a guy who is retired. He has his family, so he clearly has a good relationship with his kids. All right, he's helping his kids. He has a good relationship with his kids, and he's retired. Seems like he's financially well off. She said it herself. He seems really nice. He's really funny, good personality, but don't like the fact that he didn't wear a brand new shirt for you, and that his dog was too friendly with you because you're not. I guess maybe you're not a dog person, and he was 20 minutes late, even though you were 5 minutes late. But the fact that you ended up having to wait for him, that was just unacceptable. The fact that you had to wait 15 minutes for him is just unacceptable. It's just unacceptable that you had to wait 15 minutes for him, even though he texted you and let you know that he was running a bit late, and clearly you were running late too, so maybe traffic was just bad that day. This is pretty amazing. And you're how old? 60? And you're this choosy. I mean, this is amazing. And by the way, guys, this guy is probably in his, it sounds like he's in his 60s. So do you understand that a 60, see, this is one of the big problems these guys are dealing with right now. A lot of these guys have low self-esteem because a 60 or 65-year-old man shouldn't be dating a 55 a 60-year-old woman. They should be dating a woman in her 30s. But I mean, what are you doing with an old woman? What is a young man like a 65-year-old man who still has his life ahead of him doing with an older woman? He can still live another 15 years, or more. He can still live another 15, 20 years. And as long as he takes care of himself, he's not going to end up looking like Uncle Joe, that's who's shaking hands with dead people in in the White House right now, and trying to remember where he put his keys, even though he's not allowed to drive anymore. Guys, this is just unacceptable, and it's absolutely sad. But it's a state of affair where women cannot be in relationships anymore. They can't be in relationships, and this is a 60-something-year-old woman, and she even when she meets a guy that she believes is a great guy, he's not good enough for her because there are just things that she doesn't like. He still doesn't do everything right, and a lot of these I mean, guys, they don't realize that men are walking away entirely. It's amazing she even got that date. This guy will eventually, hopefully, go and find himself a nice Filipina overseas, or a chick in Thailand who's 30 years old or 20 something years old, 25-year-old, and she's very happy to have him, grateful to be there with him, and give him some babies. And that's really it. It's absolutely sad, but that's what it's come down to. And guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Turn Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and like these videos so that YouTube will know that you want to see more of my content, and it'll recommend more of my content in your suggested videos as well as on your homepage. Guys, what do you think about this? Because this is just absolutely ridiculous. But it's just an example of how entitled American women are, and the fact that men can no longer be in long-term relationships with them, and why men have to walk away from society and Western society, Western women, and become pastor bros and live their best lives, without these women. I want to know what you guys think. So, what do you think? Women don't realize that they are post-wall, and their dating days are over as men walk away. It's not going to improve. It's only going to continue going in this direction because men are sick and tired of the games. Men are sick and tired of the bullshit, and they've had it, and they're not going to take it anymore. They're not going to put up with the crap. They're not going to allow women to continue pushing them and belittling them. They're not going to do any of that because men have had it. Men are walking away from society, and men are focusing on building their own lives, lives that they enjoy, lives that are exceptional, lives that are fulfilling, and lives without these modern women that are playing games and they don't realize that their best days are behind them. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.